Alrighty, y'all. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the power cable on a CRT TV and how to do it safely. Now, I'm not no expert, but I'm going to go and give you all the tips that I know myself from experience because I did not take any classes like this. This is just from me watching other YouTube videos, learning it, and then doing it myself. And I'm still here. I'm not dead, so I must be doing it right. So I'm going to teach you everything that I know. And what I mean by replacing the power cord is a lot of you, I see it everywhere. You go and you find a beautiful CRT TV. This is a Sony Trinitron. I took the label off because I use it for a project. But over here on the side is the power cable. Somebody went, and this is a good one, y'all. I'm sacrificing this just for the video. Somebody's gone and completely done this. Cut the power cable off. And I didn't want to cut this power cable, but this is the only way I can show you the video and show you, teach you. So you're thinking, oh, well, this is how I find the TV. What am I going to do? Well, you're just going to go ahead and go online, and you can go to either to Wally World, Home Depot. A lot of different places will have these power cords. You can buy them on Amazon for $5-6. This one is, has a little polarized head. But yeah, this is from a PlayStation 1 that I had, just extra cables. A PlayStation 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them have the exact same cable. I mean, PlayStation 3 doesn't, but a PlayStation 2, 1, 4, and 5 all have the same cable. So they're very easy to come by. And all you have to do is go ahead and get your replacement. And now we're going to go ahead and remove the screws to take our CRT apart. Everybody's CRT has different screws. They're all going to be Phillips pretty much in America. And they're all going to be marked. Y'all have like little arrows usually pointing onto them. So we're going to go ahead and remove these screws real quick. I'm going to get this back off and show you how we can go ahead and start replacing this power cord. Here are the markings that I said, the little arrows. Those will point. Not every single device has these, but a majority of them do. So you can go around and you can search for all the different screw holes and then find a little marking, and it'll let you know exactly what screws to remove. But I mean, a visual check is always the best. That way you know for sure you got all the screws. So let me remove them and we'll get to go. Got all the little screws removed. Let's take the back off. Being careful not to pull any cables. So as you can see, the power cable actually was designed to fit in there and lock into place into the shell. Now, unfortunately, unless I cut this little plastic thing off and basically glue it around my other cable, I'm not gonna have that convenience of it looking all factory. Some of you might want that, some of you might not. So you can always peel this back, solder, and then go ahead and put a little bit of those tubes and warm it up so where it takes out perfect. You can do that, or we can literally cut it back here behind it and then cut the wire, fuse it together. So that's what we're gonna do, because there's always gonna be a wire on the inside, okay? But I'm gonna see if I can take this thing off, unless it's completely molded to the cable. But we're gonna see. But check this out. It's a beautiful little CRT TV. I got it sitting on a blanket so that it doesn't mess up the screen. Now, you gotta be careful because the weight wants to go to the forward because it doesn't have the weight of the plastic in the back. So be very careful. Now that I have the TV removed properly, I can remove the blanket and allow it to sit straight on the table to where now I don't have to worry about it falling over, okay, y'all? It's safe, it's here. Now, let me show you what's dangerous inside of this TV. Let's move this camera. So let's talk about safety real quick, y'all. This anode cap right here on the top with this little circle thingy, and what that is, that just keeps it from touching anything. But this is what carries a majority of the current that can kill you in these CRT TVs. This wire goes down here to this little black box right here that is taking 110 to 120 volts and is converting it over to 20 to 30,000 volts, and it's carrying it all the way up there. This little cap has it's like a little rubber cap, okay, right there. And this rubber cap, of course, insulates you from being shocked or shock electricity being going out. And it also keeps it, dry and clean and everything. And so it does a lot for us and for the TV. Well, that is the most dangerous part of this TV while it is unplugged. While it's plugged up, of course, there's electricity running through it. And everything can shock you and everything can kill you at that point, basically, if you touch it improperly, okay? But when it's off, you just have to really worry about this analog cap. And I'm going to discharge it real quick because going around here, all the way around the side is a metal cage that holds this little screen on. It has some big bolts. Well, that frame is the ground. And that's why, like right here, there's a wire that's actually grounded off to this metal frame right here, and that allows for a proper ground so that just in case there's a residual electricity, it'll be dissipated back into the ground like it's supposed to. Now right here is my wire. I'm gonna have to cut it and then peel it back, and I already done all that, and I had to I did the whole repair, but I had to redo this scene because I was not explaining everything properly, and it wasn't right, okay? I wanted to point out that, yes, let me move this camera. Okay. This cap right here is what I'm talking about, the analog cap. That's the one that can kill you. Underneath it are those the metal prongs, and those are the ones that we need to touch to the ground so that they can be discharged. But I'll show you that real quick. Down here, that's the metal frame that you'll be able to discharge the electricity to, okay? And of course, here is the wire that we're going to be replacing. Now, I already replaced it, but don't worry, that's going to be right next. Yeah, I just had to go back, like I said. So we're going to cut these wires just cleanly and peel them back, and that'll be the next step after this little quick video. Over here, this is the neck. It's very sensitive. It's made out of glass. There are some metal wire prongs that are sticking out, and they go into that white head right here. That head literally fits in, and it's like, how many did this one have? It got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them. 10 of those wires sticking out. So you got to be very careful when we're messing with this board back here. You don't want to keep messing with it, shaking it, bending it back and forth, because it can damage any of this. And this is all the heart and brains and system, not the brains, of course, that's the brains, but the heart of everything. If you damage any of this, you're screwed, okay? You got to get a whole new one. A lot of people touch right here, this parts, okay? And they do it even with electricity because they're trying to focus the magnets and everything. And this is called the yoke. And it's scary to me. I've never messed with that. I've never adjusted it. I've left that up to other people. I've only used the service menu to adjust stuff. Because you can see there's hot wires here, yellow and a red. Those are both basically hot wires. Okay, so I don't touch none of this. And if I do have to work on this, I always have it unplugged and discharged. And so yeah, let's get to the discharge part so you can see that and learn. Oh, all right, very easy to discharge. Just get you a flathead screwdriver, get you some wire. Okay, I got this electrical wire. It's about 2 feet. Gonna tie it around this screwdriver just like this. Okay, make sure it's on there. It ain't going nowhere. All right, and then the other end of the cable, I am gonna connect it, okay, to this metal ground down here on the TV real quick. Now that she's connected, I'm just gonna go ahead and very carefully go over here and touch those little metal prongs. And I'm gonna make sure that I touch them a couple of times. And that's it. That is discharge, as you can see. Tap a couple of times, and that's it. it gets completely discharged, and now you'll be able to remove it and work on it safely and not have to worry about giving you a shock. Some of these smaller, capacitors and bigger ones, like over here in the back, there's some other capacitors back here that I believe they hold a little bit of charge, but I'm not too sure if it's enough to kill you. I've never heard of that, but I do know that the most dangerous one was this large anode cap on the top with the flyback. So as soon as you discharge that, you're pretty much safe to work on everything about it and not have to worry about dying. So let's go ahead and go back to the original repair that we're supposed to do, which is this power cable cord that obviously I cut and repaired already, but let me go ahead and go to video editing and show you where I had cut it and spliced it, and now I'm ready to solder it together and then complete the video. All right, let's check it out. Alrighty, y'all. So I got her peeled back, and of course, like I said, I was able to take off this little cap and everything. So here I have my wires. So we're gonna make it really simple. I just got these little bitty old short heat shrinks. I don't need very long pieces. Just need some little short ones to insulate just this little small part that's exposed. And I'm just gonna literally sit here and twist this like this. Get it to a nice little tight little ball. And over here, I'm gonna do basically the same. Alrighty. We'll make it simple, y'all. Not too hard. So we're gonna dip it in some flux. Get the other side. Alright. Good dip and flux. Get our little soldering iron. Make sure she's clean. Put some fresh solder on it. Let's put a good dab. Let's go to our wire. Touch it. Let that solder flow into that metal. Perfect. So that's one side. Let's do this other side. All right. And that's it, y'all. It's good, strong connection. It's never gonna come off. Let this cool down. I'm gonna fold it down, and then I put my heat shrink on it. Might have to force it because I should have put a little fatter pieces, but it's okay. Let me get that over it. So because the heat shrunk the little shrink wrap down, I'm forced to put black tape around it. Yeah, like I said, I don't recommend black tape, but this situation, I don't want to take it all off and put larger heat shrink tubes. So I'm just gonna put some black tape around them. That'll be there. That won't come off because this heat shrink tube is gonna go over them. And then I'm gonna heat shrink this. Over. Roll over. There you go. So we're gonna push that over it. Just like that. And we can get a lighter or a heat gun. Let me grab a heat gun. So I have my little, this is my Pro D whatever mini heat gun. That's low, high settings. Just turn it on low, and I put my little tip right here so it can concentrate the air coming out. And then it heats up pretty quickly. So I just go over here to my heat shrink tubes, heat them up. I already checked conductivity, so yeah, they got good connections. There's no break, they're not shorted out or nothing, they're not touching. Be careful, it will melt it. So, but it's shrinking it down nice and tight. And that's it. Your repair is basically done, y'all. We'll let this cool down for a second. Well, let's turn it around and turn her on, yeah. Make sure she got power. That's a hell of a sound with the CRT TV, y'all. It's loud. There she goes. All right, y'all. So all I need to do now is go back, pop on this little holder right here. I'm gonna put it and super glue it back to the cable. Just like that, and actually holds it actually pretty darn tight, y'all. It's pretty good. Looks like that heat shrink will hold it. So yeah, super glue it back in place and let's put it back together. Be very careful not to damage the neck board, of course, or any of these. This is the RF input and the coaxial input also. So we're gonna go over here, push this back into its slot, just like the original. All right. Slowly but surely lower it down safely. Make sure everything's lined up nice and neat. There should be no struggle to put it back on because it only goes one way. All right, y'all. Right there. Boom. Look at that. Looks like the original now. Even though technically it is. Okay, y'all. I know I'm not a master detail of electronics, but dang it. Yeah, it's not too hard. That took us 10 minutes to do. Yeah, I made it a little longer than it was supposed to, but hey, it's all good. Let me put these screws back and I'll show you that the TV works with my Nintendo. Alrighty, y'all, so here she is playing some Nintendo, looking just gorgeous. If you never owned a Sony Trinitron, they really are beautiful. There are other models out there, like the ones in the background, my Toshiba and my Ikigami, even my Panasonic, that just look awesome, but when it comes to quality and picture quality, everything, image quality, whatever, Sony Trinitrons are awesome, okay? But yes, I hope this video helps you to go out there and do a repair on the TV that a lot of people think it's really difficult, but as you can see, it's just as simple as opening it up, splicing the wires, soldering them or taping them if you want to. But I suggest you do it with the solder and then heat shrink tubing like I did, so it can be repaired forever. All right, y'all. Till next time, peace and much love from Joe's Retro World.